Thank you, everybody. Really nice to be here. My name is Nate. I'm the product head of Trust Wallet, and this is our CEO, Eowyn. And we only have 13 minutes and 45 seconds today, so I think first you want to share some amazing news to everyone who's here.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone for being a trooper here. I know that there's so many amazing things out there and you choose to listen what we have to share, so appreciate that. I think first of all is that we've always been known as the largest crypto mobile wallet, and we just break another milestone. So we passed 100 million total downloads altogether.
Yay!
So we're doing our part in trying to continue to gradually increase and adopt people into the Web3 industry, and that continues to be our mission, and we're willing to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the new joiner of Trust Wallet, being here only 6 months, but you've been here for a long time. So my first question, I think everyone want to know is what vision and mission drives such a big user base for Trust Wallet?
I think what's very important for us is always know who we serve. Every product usually wants to serve everyone, but it's very important from a strategic perspective to say who not to serve. For us, when we were born in 2017, that was a time, if anybody here, 2017 are in crypto? No?
That's some
Okay.
OGs.
Okay, at that time, there was the ICO craze, right? Like, what was your wallet experiences like? I'm sure that if you're complaining about wallet experiences sucks now, it hurts more back in the days. And that was why we were founded. We were founded because our founder basically wanted to hold all the shitcoin in the phone. So the beginning was always about how to make complex things simple and to make it accessible for more users. So for us, there were so many users in the Web3 space that can serve. And many of them are scientists, DJs. I'm sure that many of you guys sitting down there are. But you guys have tons of tools. You guys are very well served. The ones that are not very well served tends to be the newbie users. So given our history, focus on how to make things simple, easier for everyday people to hold things in the hand. Those are our focuses and our mission, continue to go forward. So coming back to this, with that focus, we're always looking at technological things, how to continue to lead the revolution of new user experiences. So Nate, maybe you can talk about what we have done and what we have observed when it comes down to new tech.
Yeah, definitely. So having 100 million downloads around the world, we have millions of users using us every single day. So if we look at a crypto space, the users are very long tail. On one side of the world, you have people like Vitalik, right? So experts knows everything about crypto. On the other side, you still have lots of people like a chef in Brazil or a taxi driver in Turkey. They also looking for crypto to help them to protect their assets. Their needs are very simple. It's like, okay, I got paid by fiat today, and my fiat currency is losing 30, 60, 80% value year by year. So how do I protect these assets I earn by sweat and blood? And so I can have the money to put foods on the table tomorrow. So when we have so many different users, we tend to serve them in a way that we call progressive onboarding. So they start with as a normie. Everybody starts as a normie, right? So they start as a normie where we serve them with a product, Swift Wallet, we call it AA Wallet, that they can create a wallet with a one single press of a button with the passkey technology. And then gradually we onboard them to a more sophisticated way where you need a seed phrase to open your EOA wallet, you need to better protect your assets yourself, you truly own your assets, and then gradually, we expose them to things like on-chain staking, browser, yada, 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 all that. And along the way, we also try to protect them as much as we can. Proactively warn them how dangerous this world could be. We don't want our users to lose their funds overnight, right? So on that part, not only you not only need the technology, because sometimes people lose funds because the technology, but sometimes people lose funds purely on human mistake, right? So for that part, as a company, I think we do a lot as well. So you maybe can review like day-to-day operation. What do we do to help users to use our product in a safer environment?
Yeah. So there were different layers to security. There are code-based security. Basically, is there a backdoor? How do we make sure the key signing, authorization aspects, the codes are safe? This part we deploy open source. So our fundamental key signing technologies portions of the code is completely open source for the past 7 years. And then it has been very well audited. The white hat community has been battle tested and give us bug bounty support. So this is very important that we bring transparency to both the users, the industry all together. The second layer is, to your point, sometimes it's a lot of a human error. Like, how do people know if this is a scammer address, is this a scammer dApps versus a real one? So this, we work with a lot of the security partners in the industry by aggregating the database together and give users signal. So if you're sending a token, some assets to already known scammer addresses, we will jump out bloody red warnings and tell you you have a high risk of losing your fund. Are you really, really sure that you wanted to send to this address? In fact, just simple things like this, for 6 months, we prevented 500 million assets sent to scammers. The assets that we're able to protect from the users are about 97%. Of course, there are still users, maybe it was a false alarm, they know the addresses, they insist on sending over, that's totally fine. But we know that with information can help users make better decisions. And the third is operational, because a lot of the phishing situations happening to the companies for a lot of the hacks recently are not through sophisticated code, just by getting the system access from a customer support. This happens way more frequently than just getting a code hack. Those are the things that requires organization to invest a lot to train the employees, improve the system's access, and then increasing awareness in general. So because we've been around for 7 years, honestly, like if someone tell you they never ever had a security problem, I say either they didn't survive long enough or they're just not big enough to be a attack focal point. So we have experiences and we realize that getting the operational in the right spot is very important. So we were actually the first Web3 wallet in the industry, even before any of the known hardware wallet that you would consider security to be much higher. We are the first one to get ISO 27001 and 27701 certificate internationally. Those are the international standard for security and privacy. And we get audited on an annual basis. This is important because we need to also mature our organization, our employee, our system in the way, not just our code, but also how we maintain the code, how we maintain services in a manner that's secure. So from my perspective, all those layers are important for security. And just sharing some experiences for any builders down there, if you're truly taking security carefully, you need to consider, if you're a developer, usually it's about the code, but it's more than the code that you need to think from a holistic perspectives. There's also other aspects. I think user security and user experiences can be combined together because key management is so hard. So many people simply by forgetting the secret phrase and then losing access to the fund. Those are not hack, but you can still group it as a security. And if we don't solve the key management in an easier manner, it wouldn't really improve our adoption. So what we do is about what we do with the Swift wallet, which is a new key management solution coupled with a con abstraction, is what we choose. Do you want to talk a little bit more about like passkeys and why that's the right choice for the majority of the newbies that we think are coming to the space?
Yeah. So when we talk about the security and usability balance, it's a balance story. Because if you ask security to different user profile, what is security to you, they will give you different answers, right? So I have one story that I want to share is just 3 days ago, I asked a whale Like, how do you protect your assets? What kind of hardware wallet do you use? And his answer is simple. I don't use anything. I just remember my C phrase. That's it. I just remember my private key. I don't write it anywhere. I don't store it anywhere. I don't use any hardware wallet, software wallet. I just remember it. So that reflects one type of user, right? And there's another types of user like the taxi driver in Turkey. You're not expecting them to remember a C phrase, right? So, or you don't expect them to write it down or keep it properly in several copies or away from water or fire damage. For them, we need to find a balance for their usability and their security. So for them is iCloud passkey is their best solution because what they're thinking about is I'm gonna put my salary within this wallet and tomorrow I'm gonna take it out and I just need one click. I don't have the time to think about it. I don't have the energy to really store it. And we talk about onboarding next billion people on chain. I would say 95+% are these type of people because they're day-to-day workers, right? Their life is not about crypto. Their life is about putting the meal to the table and putting the tuition fees for the kids. So we try to use these technologies as much as possible to easier their onboarding experience, all the way from onboarding to how you use the wallet. So they don't need to worry about the gas fee. They don't need to learn about the chains. They don't need to learn about how do I sponsor my next transactions, right? So these kind of things so that they can really enjoy the technology of Web3, what it can use to be change their life.
Yeah. So sometimes we heard criticism is like, oh, passkey, you rely on Apple, you rely on Google, Web2 experiences. But honestly, how many of you guys are using iPhone and Google? Tell me a decentralized phone that you're using, that you're not giving them any data. I think trust in decentralization is by degree. And we need to think about who are the users that are going to use it. It's not going to be the privacy, decentralized maxi that will use them. Like your secret phrase is still your best friend. But your grandma will like to use Face ID to unlock and recover things, as long as the whole passkey is encrypted and stored in a way that Apple doesn't have access to. That's good enough for 95% of the users. And we're seeing the trend. After we release passkey and smart wallet, we find that Coinbase wallet follow exactly the same solution. So we're thinking that's what the industry's user experiences are going towards the future. Yeah. We have 1 minute left. Let's talk about future. What would be something that you're thinking about for the future of wallet and then the user experience for the industry?
Well, we're talking about the next billion people on chain. We are 10% down. I think the rest 90% really driven by, I would say, massive use cases. So we're thinking about more and more use cases bring on-chain and bridge on-chain to off-chain so that user not only hold the crypto and they will actually use it and use it to the use case that they will feel every day and it will impact their daily life. So things like payment is a very good example, right? So this is something that you will feel every day. Oh, okay. Now I finally understand why people want to store crypto, why people want to hold crypto, why people want to access crypto. Yeah. And what about you? What do you think?
I agree with you. I think the future is where crypto are intertwined in people's daily life. On the other side, I'm looking for a future where cryptos are offering way more than what people have in their current life. You know, our mission is give people the freedom to own, which is the self-custody ownership part. The other side is freedom to access opportunities. So we're counting on all of you guys, the builders in the industry, however industry utilities, real use cases, values that helps the users to get better opportunities. We're more than happy to support you and bridge you to access our user base because that's benefiting for everyone. Thank you guys. Hope you have a good rest of the conference.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Eowyn. Thank you.